Hello everyone, my name is Intavius Brady and today I'll be presenting my Practicum site, Pinecrest Performance. During my internship, I had the opportunity to work alongside physical therapists and other healthcare professionals while gaining hands-on experience in rehab, sports performance, and patient care. Throughout this presentation, I'll give you a tour facility, an introduction of myself, and also introduce all the equipment I worked with and discuss my responsibilities and reflect on what I learned from this experience. Before I start talking about the site, I'd like to briefly introduce myself. My name is Antavius Brady once again. I'm currently a sports and exercise science major at Florida International University, and I'll be graduating this August. My long-term goal coming into this experience, I wanted to be an athletic trainer and work with athletes. But as I progressed throughout this practical experience, I started leaning more towards PTA, physical therapist aid, and physical therapy. And so now, eventually, I want to become a PTA and then eventually become a physical therapist. The reason why I chose Pinecrest Performance because it combines physical therapy with sports performance, allowing me to work with athletes and also learning about injury rehabilitation and patient care. And I felt this site was giving me the best opportunity to apply what I've learned in the classroom to real-world clinical settings. And also, I've dealt with injuries in the past, so I kind of wanted to see how rehab worked because I wasn't able to do rehab. Pinecrest Performance is an outpatient sports rehab and performance facility located in Miami. The clinic serves a wide variety of patients, including young athletes, collegiate athletes, professional athletes, and just active adults and older patients just wanting to maintain their health and prevent injuries. The facility offers physical therapy, sports performance training, rehab services, injury prevention, and recovery treatments. One thing I liked about the site is that not one patient had the same workouts and the same treatment as another patient, and all the treatments were just individualized based on specific goals and needs. Throughout my internship, I was supervised by the great Dr. Richard Jackson. He is a licensed physical therapist. He, along with other physical therapist assistants, athletic trainer, and other fellow interns, they all created a very, very supportive and learning environment where I was encouraged to ask questions and become involved in patient care. One thing I appreciated about Dr. Richard Jackson and the facility is that each physical therapist, athletic trainer, and Dr. Richard Jackson especially, he always took the time out to explain why certain treatments and exercises were being used. Instead of just simply telling me to help with this, and that, he'll tell me what it was used for, how it could help, what could it prevent, in what way it would benefit the patients. And that just, I really appreciate that because that not only showed me that I didn't only learn in class, but I also learned insight as well at the clinic. And I appreciate Dr. Richard Jackson again for that. Facility tour. Starting with the facility itself, Pinecrest Performance has several different areas designed for rehab and athletic performance. This includes the lobby. This also includes the dynamic baseball performance area, the DBP, where baseball athletes work on sport-specific skills and performance training. Each area serves a different purpose while helping patients and athletes reach their rehab performance goals. To continue with the facility tour, beyond those areas, the clinic also has several training spaces equipped with free weights, cable machines, resistance bands, turf, balance equipment, and other functional training tools. These spaces allow therapists and trainers to customize exercises based on each patient's injury, their stage of recovery, and even personal goals. This is one of my favorite parts of the clinic because I was able to observe and assist with a wide variety of rehab and performance exercises, something I've never done before, as this being my first internship and hands-on experience with something like this. Their rehab equipment. The clinic also uses several specialized pieces of rehab equipment, such as the NUR thermal body scanner, which is new. This is the first in South Florida. Also, the electrical stimulation, or E-stim. Also, the shockwave therapy. Additional rehab equipment includes the anti-gravity treadmill, along with the sci-fi bike and sci-fi elliptical, and also the cupping. The cupping. That's something I observed a lot. A lot of patients love cupping. A lot of patients like getting cupped. I'm not allowed to do it myself as an intern, but observing and seeing how it works and how it's used and being explained how it helps really showed me, and by the patients, how they expressed to me how much they liked it, how much they wanted to be cupped at the end of their service, really showed how much cupping is effective. The recovery area includes several recovery modalities, such as the normal tech right there in the first pick, the game ready right there in the second pick, and the cryo pro, which is the cold therapy system. These systems right here, a lot of the patients use these towards the end of their treatment. Next, as an intern, I was trusted with several daily responsibilities to help the clinic run efficiently. One of the main things I was used for was to help retrieve hot and cold packs, help set clients up on the electrical stimulation, help set clients up in the recovery area, and also just guide clients through workouts, and also just wash, dry, and fold towels. These things seem simple, but in that facility, if these things are not due upon and just worked with, the facility, and not say it will fall apart, but it wouldn't run as efficiently, because these things are simple, but they go a long way in helping patients care and also helping the therapist as well. Some skills I developed are better patient communication, better professionalism, learning more ways of instructing patients with exercise. I learned a lot through clinical observation. I learned how to set up a bunch of new equipment that I've never seen, equipment that I've seen in the past, or just equipment just I've seen on TV. And the biggest part is I learned how to work as a team, whether therapists, interns, and even the patients as well. Reflection. Looking back on this experience, I can honestly say it helped bridge the gap between what I've learned in the classroom and what patient care looks like in the real world. Before this internship, I understood that many of these concepts academically, but I never really knew how to apply them in the real world experience. And this helped me do that in a big way. And I really appreciate this opportunity, because it made me help me understand that, most importantly, the importance of treating every patient as an individual is different, because no two injuries or recovery journeys are exactly the same. Because it can be like helping a little girl recover from an injury rather than helping a professional athlete recover from an injury, because their journeys will be so different, because one is a kid, doesn't know too much about workouts, but one is a professional athlete who you wouldn't have to too much tell, oh, do this, do that, do this, do that, because they've already been through those different types of journeys. Conclusion. My internship at Pinecrest Performance was an extremely valuable learning experience that allowed me to grow both professionally and personally. I appreciate the experience from these healthcare professionals and the skills they helped me develop that will help me in my future careers. I would definitely recommend Pinecrest Performance to future Practicum students because it provides a welcoming learning environment, exposure to a wide variety of patients, equipment, and opportunities to gain meaningful clinical experience and knowledge. Thank you all for your time.